What's good, everyone? I just wanted to show you guys a quick install of my Acuity adjustable short shifter on my 9th gen Civic. So this beginning is just me opening the box. A lot of goodies inside. As you can see, there's like 4 stickers included. That's like 40 horsepower right there. Good performance gain. So this is me taking the actual box slash packaging out. I thought it was just going to be inside of the big box that it shipped in, but no, there's actual packaging for it, which I thought was really cool. Looking around at the graphics. Alright, so the first thing I take out is the shifter assembly itself. I remember my first impressions being that, dang, it's a pretty solid feeling product, solid metal, good weight to it. Another sticker right there, that's 10 more horsepower right there. Setting aside the assembly. So there's the rod, or the mid rod, I believe they call it. It's actually pretty cool because it rotates 360 degrees, so you can adjust it to any angle you want. And also some hardware for installing the shifter, as you saw. And the hardware actually is in the Acuity purple color scheme. Some people like the purple, some people don't. I really like the purple. I think it goes well with my car, at least because it's black. Just looking around the assembly. Yeah, and even the grease that they use is purple, which is pretty cool. They really went to town on it, though. Alright, so this is me showing off what my stock shifter looks like right now. I have a likewise shift knob. I quite like it. It was recommended to me from a friend. It's made from that one material, I believe, Delrin, which is weather resistant, so you don't burn your hand when it's hot outside. I think that's one of the biggest issues with Honda. I don't know. Okay, I don't think it's an issue, but a lot of the Honda shift knobs I know are made out of metal, and man, they sure do burn your hand. Alright, so this is me taking out some of the plastic trim. As you can see, or you're about to see, I do a lot of things the wrong way, or ways that you probably shouldn't be doing because it's not good for your car, because you might scratch or damage some of the plastics, but honestly, I don't really care, so as you can see, I'm using a flathead screwdriver instead of one of the actual trim removal tools. Yeah, so don't follow anything I do in this video. But hey, it works. So, yeah. Just taking out all the trim pieces. Setting that aside. Unplugging some of the wires. Alright, so this is just me now removing a bunch of the screws and bolts. I believe there's 2 in the front here. There should be 2 more in the center console, and then, yep. And I think 1 more on the shifter assembly, yeah. And then this is what holds this like center console plastic in. So you can just remove the whole thing from the back seat, which is what I go do. Oh, and if you notice the camera quality got a lot worse, it's because my camera died because I didn't charge it. And then so now I'm filming on my iPhone. So here I am, just breaking a couple of the bolts to take out these metal brackets that hold the OEM assembly in place. Yep, me showing the camera. So this front assembly has 2 more bolts that bolt to the floor of the car, I believe. Pretty easy. This part's all pretty easy. You'll see me struggle real soon. I don't know why I look so confused by that. Okay, yeah, so this is where I struggle. So basically there's these black bushings, as they call them, as you can see. What it does is it holds the shifter cables on the shifter assembly itself. So it's a spring-loaded mechanism where you have to twist it and pull to get it off, but I couldn't get it off for the life of me. As you can see, I put on some rubber gloves for some increased traction. Is that the right word? increased grip. But yeah, no, I put on rubber gloves, didn't do anything. Still couldn't get it off. So here's me with my actual work gloves. And I still can't get it off. So here's me using a screwdriver and just hitting it, which actually worked. Probably not the best way to do it, in case you might damage something, but hey, it got the job done. And then here I am removing this one clip that attaches the cable on the other side to the bottom of the shifter. As you're going to see me struggle with that clip a little later because I don't know how I got it off, so I don't know how to put it back on. And then now I'm just removing the 4 main bolts holding the assembly in place. Man, I'm really manhandling that cable. Probably not good for it, but whatever. And yeah, here's the OEM assembly out of the car. Here I am putting the Acuity assembly in for the first time. Gonna get all lined up. I actually put it in the first time, bolted it all down, and then unbolted it because I couldn't get the cables to line up the first time. I don't know if I included the footage of it, but let's just say I got it in first try. Here I am using their hardware and putting in the new bolts. Playing with the shifter a little bit. It's not all connected yet. Oh, look at me. I'm actually using a torque wrench, doing it correctly, following the instructions and torquing it down to spec. Would you believe that? Doing it for all the bolts like a professional. Yeah, so this is actually me, like I said earlier, struggling to put the clip back on that attaches the cable on the right side to the bottom of the shift assembly. This actually took maybe 30 minutes, I would say, but obviously I cut out that footage because who wants to see that? This is my first impression of actually feeling the shifter because it's now bolted in place. Felt really nice. Putting on the shift knob. Oh, look at that. You can see how much shorter the throws are. That was me trying to find 5th gear. It's a little harder to find when you first install it and you're not used to it because it's way more closer to center, close to neutral now than before, if you know what I mean, than farther right. So here's me shoving the plastic trim back in, scratching a bunch of things. Yeah, I'm being real violent with it. Man, I should have been more careful, but it's too late now. Really, just manhandling it. Looks like I got it back into place. I think at least. Here's me tightening down some of the bolts I took out. I think shortly after this, the camera on my iPhone died too. So I don't think you see me fully reassemble it all the way. Alright, so this is the shifter after being installed. The camera died halfway through reassembling the center console, but I got everything back in, and as you can see, I also got this shifter plate. Since the shift boot doesn't really fit on top of the shifter anymore, or you could force it on, but it doesn't look very good. There's a guy who sells these, I believe, on Etsy. They're not cheap for what it is. It's about like $50 something, but honestly I think it's worth it. You can get something engraved on the top, either your name or any other text. I just got the SI logo, but I think it's worth it. So I've already driven it with the short shifter and I really like it, but basically I'm just gonna go through the gears real quick. So it's in first right now, down to second, third, fourth, fifth, and then sixth, and then all the way over and down for reverse. But yeah, it's really nice. One of the main reasons I wanted to get it in the first place was my old shifter assembly. It was getting pretty loose just based on the age alone. It had a lot of play in the gears, but as you can see, even in neutral, when you're doing side to side to check you're in neutral, there's not that much play. And now I'm pretty confident knowing what gear it's in, and pretty confident knowing I'm not going to miss any of my shifts. But yeah, I'm going to go on a quick drive with it, and you'll just see my feedback, or I guess you'll see me reacting to shifting. But yeah, I've already driven it and I really like it so far. One more thing I thought I should mention is it is of course adjustable. That's the whole point of the Acuity adjustable shifter. As you can see, some markings you can move, you can adjust this up and down, and there's some other adjustments inside down below. You just gotta loosen these hex nuts basically, and you're able to adjust it. And so right now I just have it on the stock settings that it came from in the box from Acuity. I think it feels good to me, just straight out of the box. I might tweak it in the future if I want to play around, but basically you can tweak it to make the shifts even shorter, or you can get them closer to stock. But yeah, I like it how it is so far, just out of the box. So I thought I should mention that. All right, so this is the point in the video where I was going to include the footage of me actually driving the car and giving you guys my feedback on the shifter like I said I would. But unfortunately, I didn't get the footage. So now you're probably just thinking, why don't you go get the footage and then upload the video? The issue with that is the car is actually out in California in my parents' house. And a few months back, I moved out here to Colorado for work. So unfortunately, I can't drive the car on a daily basis. I only really get to drive it / work on it maybe once a month or once every other month when I'm back home in California. But I promise you guys, the next time I'm back home in California, I'm gonna get some footage of me driving the car, get my honest reaction / feedback, and hopefully by then I have more parts to install in the car and more content to bring you guys. But until then, I just want to thank you guys for watching this video today. And also in terms of what I'm trying to do with this channel, I really don't have anything serious planned. It's just a fun way for me to sort of show you guys a little bit of my life and me working on this car that I bought. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.